Well, good afternoon everybody. You're joining me once again at Sparkypedia headquarters. This one's a little bit different today. Before you, as you can see, there are 3 Kyocera printers. Now these were all acquired from a charity, actually. This one, ahead of you here, was working absolutely perfectly. However, it has begun jamming every other piece of paper, which is a real waste, sadly. So my attempt will be maybe to fix that later on. This one here, which is actually in parts, I've already taken this one apart, was the new one that arrived today. This printer works okay, however, all of the paper that gets printed comes out with a notch in the sort of mid-centre, well, left of the centre of a piece of paper. Originally it was also very dirty, but I've cleaned it up. It's not a big deal, but it's just annoying, especially if you want to print documents, for work or for whatever. So as you can see on the paper in front of you here, and it's not very clear, but you can see just up there and there, and again with this piece of paper here, up there, it's catching the paper. And I wanted to try and figure out where it was happening, why it was happening, and trying to fix it. And as I've got a few spare parts from other printers, I thought I could have a go. This printer down here, as you might be able to see how clear that is, this printer actually had an unfortunate accident. It got slightly melted, as you can see. The fronts are gone. I got rid of the worst of it. But the parts inside are still good. It still turns on and fires up, so that works fine. So that was good. It's just a shame. That was the original printer I bought, and after that I had that accident. We moved on to this one, which was great for a while before it developed its fault. And then the brand new one's obviously got a fault of its own, so we're having a play. So I'm making this video just for you to sort of a step-by-step taking it apart. I've already taken this one apart, as you can see, but I've identified that, well, it's a bit of a guess, but I think that this part, one second, this part here, now this is the loading tray, but from the rear, if you like. That would normally be at the back there, like so. You can see the paper will normally be loaded the tray, which I got underneath here, which is underneath all that stuff. So underneath there. That normally loads in from the bottom, but these printers also allow you to load the paper in from the front. You can just do this with one hand, see, like so. But in this case, you can see the paper would normally come from underneath, be fed up from the top. It will come out up here, it will roll down and through, and then it only goes round the back of the this tray that I've taken out here, and then it come out at the top, and it comes out from this thing over here to the top piece. So I think, looking at the cogs and the gearing and the sliding rotors, they all look fairly clean and tidy. So I have to assume that the fault probably lies in this block over here. So I'm just going to try and swap it out and see if it makes a difference. I guess I could take it apart, but I can't really be bothered, and as I've got 3 more, I might as well use one of these. So I'll probably take apart the melted one down here and try and make the most of that, and then I'll put it back together. So I'll take some photos as I go, and I'll probably try and make a couple more videos like this, sort of a step by step. Some interesting things which I thought were quite cool. If you have a closer look at this printer here, this is obviously the cooling, the fan, up here in this corner. This gap here originally was this board. This board here. As you can see, this is obviously the power supply and the main switch for turning it on and off. Pop that there. There we go. So you can see we've got some big capacitors there and a heatsink. This is obviously a step-down transformer and probably some form of voltage regulator, I assume. And that would have just slotted in just across there. Some interesting buttons actually I thought were quite cool. On the front here, obviously the loading tray. I'll turn this camera around so you can see. There's a little white dot, so just there, you see that? That's obviously a PTM or a momentary switch for the loading tray. And if you watch inside here, where are we? There. How clear that is from here. It's a bit dark, I think you can see that very well. Yeah, you can just about see that. And also, see there's a spring. I don't know how well you can see that, just there. And inside there is a contact. So I assume as the paper comes through and it applies pressure, that gets pushed down. And you can see that compresses the spring, and I assume that changes the resistance of the switch itself. And I assume there's some sort of ADC or something on there somewhere on the lines that's monitoring. So I assume it can take some sort of pressure reading or some sort of calculation to find the paper level, or I don't know, something like that. It's possible that might even be something to do with the ink tray, the loading tray. I think, where's that? This section here, as you can see, actually it contains the ink cartridge itself, and normally that would slide in like so in there. I can actually show you in this one, if I pop the lid open. See, it's there. So it's possible that might be contact that, I don't know. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So I'll take it from here. Thank you for watching. I'll put some more videos up in a second. Bye bye.